Southeast corner of Section 9, you'll find the final resting place of Governor William Gilpin, his wife Julia, and their son Willie. William Gilpin was born in Pennsylvania on October 4th, 1813, to a Quaker family. In 1836, he graduated from the United States Military Academy at West Point and later explored the Colorado Territory with Pathfinder John Charles Fremont during his 1843 expedition in search for a useful route over the Continental Divide. Gilpin's experiences in the territory made him an enthusiastic champion of the area. Following the Colorado Gold Rush in 1858-59, the Colorado Territory was established in 1861, and President Abraham Lincoln appointed Gilpin as the first territorial governor of Colorado. Gilpin organized the territorial courts, convened the first territorial legislature, and formed the first regiments of Colorado volunteers to protect the territory from the Confederacy during the Civil War. The Confederate threat was perhaps Gilpin's greatest challenge. In July 1861, Confederate General Henry H. Sibley began organizing an army in Texas to invade New Mexico and ultimately Colorado. As the Confederates advanced in early 1862, Gilpin petitioned the federal government for resources to raise an army, but his requests were denied. Lacking an alternative and finding plenty of willing recruits, Gilpin created 2 regiments of Colorado volunteers, offering them vouchers from the U.S. Treasury without official permission. That March, the Colorado volunteer regiments turned back the Confederate Army at Glorieta Pass in northern New Mexico. This victory helped to keep New Mexico and Colorado territories from falling into the hands of the Confederacy. Eventually, the soldiers, as well as the merchants who supplied them, wanted to get paid. However, the federal government refused to redeem Gilpin's vouchers. Gilpin's political rivals seized upon the opportunity and petitioned President Lincoln to replace Gilpin as governor. On March 18, 1862, 8 days before the victory at Glorieta Pass, the president gave in to the pressure and replaced Gilpin with John Evans from Illinois. Gilpin remained in office until May, giving him enough time to welcome his victorious volunteers back to Denver. Gilpin stayed in Colorado and worked to attract more people to the territory. He was known as an internationally recognized futurist and envisioned enormous potential for Colorado. His theory, known as isothermal axis, envisioned a world connected by railroads, with Denver as the natural focus. He thought that linking the European capitals and America's eastern cities through Denver and on to Eurasia would lead to an era of worldwide harmony. In 1874, William Gilpin married the widow Julia Pratt Dickerson, the sweetheart from his youth, and together they had 3 children, twins Marie and William Jr., known as Willie, and another son, Louis. Tragically, Willie died in 1893 at the age of 17 after an accidental fall in Platte Canyon and is buried here at Mount Olivet. Julia Gilpin, originally from St. Louis, was born in 1836. She was a devout Catholic, and it is believed that her influence, under God's guidance, assisted servant of God Julia Greeley to become a Catholic. Along with Julia Gilpin's interest in the Capitol Hill area of Denver, she was an avid supporter of the original St. Vincent's Hospital. In 1876, the Gilpins donated land to the Sisters of Charity for a new hospital, which is now St. Joseph Hospital in Denver. The Gilpins' marriage reportedly became strained due to differences of opinion concerning religion, politics, money management, and child rearing. William started divorce proceedings in 1887. Julia, being a devout Catholic, did not ask for a divorce. However, the two appeared to reconcile their differences by 1891, and they were never legally divorced and would continue to live in the same residence until William's death on January 20th, 1894. There is a popular myth that William Gilpin died as a result of being run over by a horse and buggy while crossing a street in Denver. The earliest newspaper articles at the time speculated that his death may have been hastened due to an accident that occurred months earlier. Some described it as a collision with a cable car. However, starting on January 25th, 5 days after his death, most local newspaper articles appear to clarify the details. For example, the Rocky Ford Enterprise reported, quote, "He died while asleep, probably of heart disease. He had been in his usual health, and his sudden demise was not looked for so soon. Although he was 80 years old, he did not show it, and up to 2 years ago, when he was run over by a horse and buggy, was extremely energetic. Since that time, although not so active, he had been able to get about and attend to his business affairs," end quote. So there is evidence that he was, in fact, run over by a horse and buggy, but this occurred 2 years before his death, and therefore does not appear to be the cause. Julia Gilpin died in 1912, and both are buried on either side of their son, Willie. Please remember to like this video, follow our page, and keep an eye out for our next episode on our virtual tour of Mount Olivet. Thank you.